Welcome back to How to Family Tree, where we help you build your family tree, connect to your ancestors, and discover who you are. My name is Elder McNatt, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about data problems. A data problem is when there are at least two pieces of information that don't match with each other. To resolve data problems, you want to correct at least one piece of that information. To do that, you need to find sources that accurately correct the information. In order to resolve a data problem, either the information or the connection needs to change. For example, let's say a lady is born in the year 1875, but it has her child listed as being born in 1850. That creates an obvious problem. The solution is to find evidence that either the information is different, so the mother is born earlier or the child is born later, or evidence that the connection is different, so this specific child is not actually the child of that mother. Now, we're going to go over all of the potential data problems and what they mean. Some of these data problems can occur, but they're very unlikely. And so those can be dismissed on Family Search. However, most of the data problems you'll run into can't be dismissed because they're impossible to happen. The first set of data problems that we'll take a look at are those associated with a person's birth. The first of these is if a person's birth year is listed after their parents' death year. In a similar vein, you'll get a data problem if someone's birth is after their mother's childbearing years, which is around the age of 52. This one can be dismissed because it can happen, but it's very unlikely. The next data problem is if a child's birth is listed before their parents could have children, which is the age of 12. This can be dismissed for the mother, though. The last two data problems associated with an individual's birth is that their birth year is listed after their marriage year, or that their birth is after the death of their spouse. The next set of data problems have to do with a child's information. One of these 6 data problems will occur if a child's birth, christening, or death occurs before the birth of either of their parents. Another data problem is called children mismatch. That means that a person or a couple have children, but there's a fact listed that they don't have children. The next set is personal christening information, which is when a person's christening date is before their parents could have children, being before the father or the mother were age 12. The next set of data problems that we'll look at is personal death information. The first of these is if an individual's death is listed before their birth date or their christening date. Next, you'll get a data problem if someone's death day is before the birth of their spouse or before their marriage date. And lastly, if an individual died before they could have children or be married, which is the age of 8. The next data problem is an invalid character in the name, such as a question mark or the square root symbol. These data problems can be dismissed. After that is the sex information. So if an individual's sex info is not listed. And then we have looping pedigree. This is when a child is listed as a person's parent as well. The next set is marriage information, starting with a marriage mismatch. This is when you have a couple either married or living together, but they have a fact in their profile saying that they were never married. And we have married before 12 years old, which can be dismissed. After that is missing standardized date or place. Family Search likes to have its dates and places in a specific standardized format that makes it convenient for searching. So this one is pretty easy to resolve, and we talked about that in a previous episode. Then we have age information. And that is if a person is listed as being 120 years or older. The next is Stillborn Problem. This is when an individual has in their record that they were a stillborn, but their birth and death year show that they lived longer than a year. And the last set is possible duplicates. For possible duplicates, what you want to do is merge those records together. And we're going to go over that next week. So make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do get stuck on any step along the way, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page, and we'd love to help you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week, where we'll help you build, connect, and discover.